In this video, you're going to learn the $10 mindset shift that changes everything about money, no matter how much you earn or how much you have right now. This is not a trick, not a theory, and not some motivational phrase. It is a psychological reframing used by people who grew financially from very small beginnings, even with low income and unstable jobs. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly how to apply it to your life starting today. What you discover here will help you spend smarter, save more without feeling restricted, and build confidence with money you have never felt before. And the best part is that this mindset shift does not require you to become strict or perfect. It simply requires you to look at your money differently. And that alone starts changing your behavior almost automatically. Stay until the end because I will also show you how one ordinary person used this mindset shift to go from constantly broke to saving over $1,000 in under 6 months without increasing income and without dramatic sacrifices. And I'll show you the exact steps they took so you can copy them tonight. The $10 mindset shift works because your brain reacts more strongly to small numbers than large ones. We often think big change needs big actions. But real financial transformation begins with the way your brain interprets small amounts. When you learn to master $10, you unlock the ability to master 100, 1,000, and eventually much more. This shift changes the way you value money, the way you treat opportunity, and the way you make decisions under pressure. And once your brain adopts this mindset, your financial life stops feeling chaotic. It becomes predictable, stable, and far easier to control. So let's begin with the foundation of the $10 mindset and why it works better than most complex financial systems. The $10 mindset begins with a simple truth that almost nobody realizes: your relationship with small amounts of money determines your relationship with large amounts of money. Most people think they will suddenly become disciplined, organized, or strategic once they earn more, but that never happens. If you ignore $10, you will ignore 100. If you waste $10, you will waste 1,000. If you cannot direct $10 with intention, you cannot direct bigger amounts. Either money does not change your habits. It magnifies them. Your brain assigns emotional value to money based on patterns, not numbers. When $10 feels meaningless, your brain creates a habit of treating money as something disposable. This leads to micro spending, impulsive purchases, emotional relief buying, and small leaks that accumulate into financial instability. And because the amounts feel small, you never notice the damage until the end of the month, when everything suddenly feels out of control again. The $10 mindset breaks this pattern by teaching your brain to treat small money as important, meaningful, and full of potential. Once your brain respects small money, your entire financial system becomes stronger. You stop buying things just because they're cheap. You stop making excuses like it's only $10. And you start seeing opportunity where most people only see change. This psychological shift creates stability faster than any budgeting app or financial trick. Here's the core idea. If you can direct $10 with purpose, you can direct any amount with purpose. $10 becomes training for bigger decisions. Every time you control a small amount, you practice the identity of someone who handles money with intention. An identity, not willpower, is what creates long-term success. People who master the $10 mindset find it easier to build savings, avoid impulse buying, and stay calm during financial stress. Their brain stops searching for emotional relief through spending and starts searching for growth, stability, and opportunity. This is the emotional foundation of wealth. And it begins with the smallest possible unit, $10. In the next part, you will discover the 3 hidden psychological patterns that cause people to waste small amounts without realizing it, and how the $10 mindset reverses each one. Most people waste small amounts of money without noticing it because 3 hidden patterns control their decisions. These patterns work in the background and repeat every month unless you change how your brain reacts to small numbers. The $10 mindset works because it targets these patterns directly. The first pattern is emotional minimization. This is when your brain tells you a small purchase does not matter. You hear thoughts like it is only $10, or it is nothing, or I deserve it. The danger is not the amount. is the habit of treating small money as irrelevant. When your brain learns to dismiss small amounts, it builds a long-term pattern of careless spending. The second pattern is disconnected spending. Each small expense feels isolated. A snack, a cheap app, a delivery meal, all feel unrelated. But your bank account sees accumulation, not moments. When small actions feel separate, the total damage remains invisible. The $10 mindset reconnects awareness by training your brain to see the entire picture, not each impulse alone. The third pattern is emotional substitution. When you feel tired, bored, stressed, or overwhelmed, your brain searches for fast comfort. Small purchases give a quick dopamine boost. Because the amount is small, the action feels harmless. Over time, this becomes a cycle of stress, relief, guilt, and more spending. The $10 mindset breaks this by shifting your focus from relief to intention. These three patterns drain money silently. They repeat month after month, even if you believe you are being careful. Most people are not irresponsible. They simply do not know which invisible habits are controlling their choices. When you change how your brain reacts to $10, you weaken these patterns. Small money becomes meaningful again. You gain control instead of losing it without noticing. In the next part, you will learn a simple 1-minute exercise that programs the $10 mindset into your daily routine. Now that you understand the patterns that make people waste small amounts without noticing, you need a simple way to retrain your brain. The $10 mindset works best when you reinforce it daily, and the fastest method is a 1-minute exercise that resets your awareness and strengthens your decisions. Here's how it works. Once a day, take $10 in your mind and ask a simple question. If I had to use these $10 in the smartest way possible, what would I do? You're not required to actually spend the money. The point is to teach your brain to make intentional choices with a small amount. This exercise forces your mind to shift from impulse mode to strategy mode. You might think $10 is too small to matter, but the brain does not care about size. It cares about repetition. If you give your brain a daily moment of intentional money thinking, that habit becomes automatic. Over time, your brain starts asking the same question with every real purchase. Is this the smartest use of my money, or am I acting on emotion? The second part of the exercise is to imagine one alternative use for the same $10. For example, food delivery or adding it to savings, coffee or paying down debt, a snack or a future purchase you actually want. By comparing two paths, your brain becomes aware of opportunity cost, which is something most people ignore. When you practice this daily, your decisions improve naturally without forcing discipline. The third step is the identity reminder. Say to yourself once, I am someone who uses money with intention. Identity shapes behavior. When you repeat this small statement daily, your brain begins aligning with it, even if you're not perfect. You start acting like someone who values each dollar. This 1-minute exercise trains the same mental muscles that wealthy people use to make calm, strategic choices. It is simple, effective, and easy to stick to. In the next part, you will learn how the $10 mindset changes your emotional relationship with money and why that shift increases your financial stability faster than any budget. The $10 mindset does more than improve your decisions. It changes your emotional relationship with money. Most financial problems come from emotion, not mathematics. When money feels stressful, scarce, confusing, or unpredictable, your brain reacts with fear or avoidance. This leads to impulse spending, emotional purchases, and the habit of ignoring financial responsibilities until the last moment. When you practice the $10 mindset, your emotional response begins to shift. Instead of seeing money as something that controls you, you start to see it as something you can guide in small steps. $10 is small enough to feel safe, but meaningful enough to teach your brain new patterns. This makes the process comfortable, not overwhelming. The first emotional change is reduced fear. You stop thinking that money decisions require perfection or large amounts. You learn that even small intentional choices move you forward. This reduces anxiety and increases confidence. The second emotional change is reduced guilt. People often feel ashamed about money mistakes, which creates a cycle of hiding and ignoring. When you focus on $10, progress becomes achievable. You feel proud of each decision, and guilt loses its power. The third emotional change is increased control. Small intentional choices create a sense of direction. Control does not come from earning more. It comes from knowing that every little decision counts and that you can manage them. As these emotional shifts take place, your behavior improves without force. You stop buying things to escape feelings. You stop treating small spending as harmless. You begin choosing actions that support your long-term stability. Real examples show that people who adopt this mindset often feel calmer within a week. They become more aware of their habits and less reactive to stress. Some even save more money without realizing they are doing anything different. Their brain simply stops searching for relief through spending. In the next part, you will learn how to apply the $10 mindset in real-life situations, including food delivery, online shopping, entertainment, and daily habits that usually drain money. Now let's take the $10 mindset into real situations, because this is where the biggest changes happen. Most people lose money in small, repetitive habits that feel normal. When you apply the mindset in practical moments, you start noticing how much power you actually have over your finances. The first situation is food delivery. This is one of the most common places where people waste money without thinking. A delivery meal that costs $15 feels like no big deal, but it often replaces a meal that would cost only a few dollars at home. The $10 mindset asks a simple question: is this delivery worth giving up $10 of my future progress? When you think this way, emotional cravings lose their strength. The second situation is online shopping. Stores make it extremely easy to buy things you do not need. One click and the item is yours. The $10 mindset breaks this by adding intention. Before buying, pause and think. If I had to use $10 in the smartest way today, would this be it? That short pause activates your logical thinking and stops impulse buying. The third situation is entertainment spending, like streaming services, apps, subscriptions, or small daily treats. These feel cheap, but add up fast. The $10 mindset helps you see them clearly. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" you begin asking, "Does this help me become the person I want to be?" When you shift the question, your decisions improve. The fourth situation is boredom spending. This is when you buy something simply because you want distraction or stimulation. Many people do this without realizing it. The $10 mindset turns boredom into awareness. You notice the impulse, pause, and ask yourself if this is a real need or just a reaction. The goal is not to eliminate these things completely. The goal is to choose them with intention. When you apply the $10 mindset in daily habits, your spending becomes cleaner, your decisions become sharper, and your financial stability increases month by month. In the next part, you will learn how to combine the $10 mindset with a simple weekly practice that increases your savings automatically. The $10 mindset becomes even more powerful when you combine it with a simple weekly practice. This practice turns small decisions into automatic progress. You do not need a complex budget, long spreadsheets, or strict routines. All you need is one weekly moment where you reconnect with your goals and guide your money with intention. This practice is called the weekly $10 check-in. It takes less than 5 minutes, and it works because it creates consistency. Most financial mistakes come from drifting, not from lack of income. When you pause once a week, you stop drifting. Here is how the weekly check-in works. First, choose a fixed day. Most people prefer Sunday because it sets the tone for the week, but any day is fine if you stay consistent. The goal is to create a predictable moment of awareness. Second, review your small spending. Look at the small purchases you made during the week, not to judge yourself, but to understand your patterns. Did you buy out of stress, boredom, or convenience? When you observe your own behavior, your brain starts making better choices on its own. Third, ask the $10 question. If I had used $10 differently this week, how will my future look better? This question strengthens intentional thinking and reveals opportunities you didn't see before. Fourth, decide one improvement for the upcoming week. Not a huge change, a small correction. Maybe cooking one extra meal at home. Maybe avoiding one delivery. Maybe skipping one impulse purchase. Small improvements compound quickly, and your brain accepts them easily. Fifth, celebrate one win. Every week has at least one good choice. When you recognize progress, your brain becomes more motivated and less resistant. Celebration increases discipline without forcing anything. People who use the weekly $10 check and experience rapid improvement because they stay connected to their money without stress. It creates direction, motivation, and emotional balance. In the next part, you will learn how the $10 mindset can grow into a long-term wealth habit that prepares you for larger goals. The $10 mindset may look small, but when you repeat it long enough, it becomes the base of true long-term wealth. When your brain learns to make intentional choices with $10, it becomes naturally better at controlling larger amounts. This mindset prepares you for saving, investing, and planning without feeling stressed. The first long-term benefit is emotional stability. Most people feel confident when they have extra money and anxious when expenses appear. The $10 mindset teaches you that progress is made through small, repeated wins. This reduces emotional swings and gives you a steady relationship with money. The second benefit is natural discipline. You stop depending on motivation. Your habits improve because your brain now prefers intention over impulse. Saving becomes easier. Avoiding unnecessary purchases becomes easier. Planning becomes easier. Discipline stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling automatic. The third benefit is stronger savings. People who respect small amounts consistently save more over time. They notice opportunities others ignore. They redirect money from emotional choices toward meaningful goals. If you can guide $10 wisely, you can guide 100, 1,000, or more. The fourth benefit is increased awareness. Wealth often comes from spotting opportunities early. The $10 mindset trains your brain to look for advantages, compare choices, and think before spending. You begin recognizing patterns that move you forward instead of holding you back. The fifth benefit is confidence. Once you prove to yourself that you can manage small amounts, you begin trusting yourself with bigger decisions. Confidence is what allows people to invest, start projects, or change their financial direction. Without confidence, progress stops. With confidence, progress accelerates. With time, the $10 mindset becomes part of your identity. You stop trying to be better with money and simply act like someone who already is. In the next part, you will hear a real story of someone who used this mindset to transform their life, starting from almost nothing. Here's a real story that shows how powerful the $10 mindset can become. A few years ago, a young man named Daniel was living paycheck to paycheck. He wasn't irresponsible. He simply felt overwhelmed every time he tried to manage money. Budgets stressed him out. Saving felt impossible. And every month, he ended up restarting his financial life from zero. One day, a mentor told him something simple. If you can control your small money, you'll eventually control your entire life. Daniel didn't understand at first, but he decided to try a tiny experiment. He used the $10 mindset for 1 week. Every time he felt the urge to buy something, he paused and asked himself, "Is this the smartest use of $10 today?" That small pause changed everything. He started realizing how often he spent out of boredom, stress, or routine. Delivery meals, small online purchases, random snacks. None of them were expensive alone, but together they kept him stuck. For the first time, he felt aware instead of lost. After 2 weeks, Daniel added the weekly check-in. He spent 5 minutes every Sunday reviewing his small decisions. He didn't judge himself. He just observed. Slowly, he became more intentional. He cut out 3 delivery meals a week without feeling deprived. He reduced impulse buys simply by waiting a few minutes before purchasing. By the end of the first month, Daniel saved more money than he ever had before, not by earning more, but by thinking better. That tiny progress built confidence. Within 6 months, he had saved enough to build an emergency cushion. Within a year, he paid off 2 debts that had been stressing him out for years. Daniel didn't become rich overnight, but he became powerful. He proved to himself that small amounts matter And that consistency creates transformation. His success didn't come from luck. It came from simple, repeated intention. In the final part, you'll learn how to apply everything you've learned in a clean, step-by-step plan you can follow starting today. Now that you understand the $10 mindset, here is a clear plan you can follow starting today. This plan turns everything into simple actions that build real financial progress without stress or complicated systems. Step 1. Begin each morning with a 1-minute exercise. Imagine you have $10 and ask yourself how you would use them in the smartest way. This trains your brain to think with intention before emotion. Step 2. Apply the mindset in everyday situations. Before ordering delivery, adding something to your cart, or paying for entertainment, pause and ask the $10 question. This small pause activates logic and stops impulse decisions. Step 3. Do the weekly check-in. Pick one day, review your small spending, choose one improvement for next week, and celebrate one win. This creates direction, consistency, and motivation. Step 4. Pay attention to emotional changes. If you notice less guilt, less stress, or more control, the mindset is working. These small emotional wins build confidence faster than financial wins. Step 5. Redirect save money toward real goals. Even $10 or $20 a week can build an emergency fund, reduce debt, or prepare you for future opportunities. When you guide small amounts with intention, your long-term stability grows naturally. Step 6. Repeat a simple identity reminder. Say once a day, I use money intentionally. Identity shapes behavior. When you believe this, your actions begin to align with it, even on difficult days. Step 7. Stay consistent. The $10 mindset works because it is small enough to maintain. The longer you practice it, the easier it becomes. Small decisions repeated over time create financial progress that feels stable, calm, and permanent. If you start today, you may feel better within a week and see real results within a month. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. In the next video, you will learn a mindset shift that multiplies your progress even faster.